Welcome to Jerry Gray Chances about how to deal with narcissism. And I wanted to go ahead and jump straight into the topic. But first, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Without further ado, let's jump into it. You got to avoid the people who are dead inside. A lot of narcissistic abuse, toxic treatment is due to it survives around people who don't have anything going on inside of themselves because they are able to thrive in a way. Toxic people, they are so dead inside that toxic people don't want to abuse them. It's almost like they're invisible to the toxic person, and so that they can thrive in this environment around all the toxic people. But and toxic people want people who they can steal their joy from. So a dead inside person can, they they're not gonna get targeted. One thing that's bad about this type of person is they are so destroyed on the inside that they want other human beings to like suffer. They enjoy that. They enjoy any form of excitement around the work center, just because, even if it's negative, just because it's like, I need something, I need it, I need to something to make me feel good again and make me feel superior. A lot of these dead inside people have very low self-esteem, like low self-esteem that's like extremely low, and you can just see it in them. Some of them, they'll show it in their body language, but they'll be able to cover it up with the way they dress. They take care of themselves, but then they have like little cracks of dead insideness, body language that flashes through, and it's just extreme self-loathing, extreme. You can just see that they have no self-esteem, but it will show through. But sometimes there's people that can cover it up pretty well, but then you have people that are just all out dead inside, no self-esteem, and you just pay attention to them, the stuff that they talk about. You could, like, they talk about stuff that they seen on TV all the time, and you can tell they just sit around and watch TV. They have very limited experience, but they do know a lot. You can learn a lot on TV, like, to a degree. You can learn a little bit about a lot, I should say. And so they'll pretend to be educated, pretend to know something, but what everything they know they got from TV, and they have no real experiences. And you can just tell, you can see how they take care of themselves, that they're dead inside. But what makes them dangerous is that they'll be the first people that jump in, and they're willing pawns of the narcissist. People like that are just willing pawns, and they are extremely focused on not being the next target. They're so happy that they're not chosen, and they'll do anything. And so when you get chosen, they're up there, like, what I mean, they'll jump on the other team just because they're just happy it's not them. So when you hear all these fake conversations about television, people quoting television all the time, take a good look at that person. Take a really good look. They look like they've been on the couch of their parents, their mom's house, for the last 10 years. That type of person, if you end up getting ostracized or something like that by a narcissist or toxic people, this person is going to be one of the main people that are like, yeah, I'm going to make sure that they never break through this. And if there's anything that gets held against you, like if anything gets you in a position where you're not, that you lose a little bit of social status for one reason or another, it could be anything. This is the type of person who's going to hold that against you and try to hold you there. There's some people that you can win over, like you can't win this person over. It's just a deep hole of sadness and despair that you never get through, because they want to see you as an inferior, because at the end of the day they feel inferior. Maybe not to you, but they feel inferior just in general. So they have to have those. They have to have people around them who are superior, who they feel superior to. And if you get in an inferior position, they're the main people that are going to be fighting and going to great lengths to making sure that you never break through that, you know. Um, and So you got to avoid these people, and they're also going to be very difficult to be around. They're the same people that start petty little fights and arguments, and then go, if you do get in an argument, you stand up for yourself. They'll go around and tell everybody, oh, now he's starting with me, or you know what I mean, like, or now she thinks she's so this, thinks she's so that. You know, they'll go around and do all that. But they're different from the narcissist, as because they're gonna do most of their damage and most of their work by trying to be a pawn of the group. That's how a dead inside person works. They always are looking to be a pawn. They always are trying to take sides, and but they're never really in the game the way a person who's targeted is, or the way a narcissist is, where they're the main players in the game. They're always kind of on the sidelines in a way. They're never the main player unless you make them the main player.